Dear learner, I welcome you on MOOC course, that is Principles of Electrical Sciences. Myself Dr. Sanjay Agarwal, Associate Professor in Electrical Engineering, School of Engineering and Technology, IGNOU. Dear learner, on previous lecture I have discussed about the different component of electrical circuit, as we have discussed what is a resistance, what is inductance, what is a capacitance, and we have also discussed Kirchhoff's voltage law, Kirchhoff's current law, mesh analysis, nodal analysis, and we have also discussed how to convert star connection into delta connection and delta into star connection. So today I am going to discuss network theorem. In this particular session we will discuss two theorems, that is superposition theorem and Thevenin theorems. Now we have to understand why electrical circuit theorems are needed. Electrical circuit theorems are always beneficial to help find voltage and current in multi-loop circuits. These theorems use fundamental rules or formulas and basic equations of mathematics to analyze basic component of electrical or electronics parameter such as voltage, current, resistance and so on. Any complicated network which have several energy sources, these energy sources may be the voltage source or may be the current source, and it has also multiple resistors, and if the single element response is desired, then we should use the network theorems. Network theorems are also can be termed as network reduction techniques. These fundamental theorems include basic theorems like superposition theorem, Thevenin theorem, Norton theorem and maximum power transfer theorem. So first of all we will discuss about superposition theorem. Any two-terminal linear bilateral network consisting of two or more than two energy sources, then response in any branch of network is equal to the algebraic sum of response in the required branch, with each energy sources acting individually while other energy sources are replaced by their internal resistance. As you know, internal resistance of ideal voltage source is 0, that means you can replace voltage source by the short circuit, and internal resistance of ideal current source is infinite, that means you can replace ideal current source by the open circuit. Now we have to understand what are the steps when you are going to apply superposition principle. So first step is replace all independent sources with their internal resistance except one source. Find the output quantity in terms of voltage or current due to that active source using nodal or mesh analysis. Second step is repeat step 1 for each of other independent sources. And step 3 is find the total contribution by adding algebraically all the contribution due to the independent sources. For instance, considering a circuit as shown in figure A, let the current flowing through various branches be marked as figure A. So here you can see in the diagram the current flowing in resistance R1 is taken as I1, and current flowing in branch R2 it is taken as current I2, and current that is flowing resistance R3 it has been taken as I3. And there are two voltage sources are acting, that is E1 and E2, and here you can see that E1 voltage source having internal resistance R1 and E2 voltage source having internal resistance 0. That means E2 is a ideal voltage source and E1 is a practical voltage source. Now according to superposition theorem, what you have to do? First, consider only one source E1 and replace other source E2 by internal resistance. As its internal resistance is not given in this circuit, so it is taken as 0, because internal resistance of ideal voltage source is 0. That means you can replace it by the short circuit. Now draw the circuit as shown in figure B and determine the current in various sections as I1 dash in resistance R1, I2 dash current in resistance R2 and I3 dash current in branch R3. Now second step is consider the other source E2 and replace the source E1 by internal resistance R1, because this E1 voltage source having internal resistance R1. So this voltage source is replaced by their internal resistance, that is by R1. Now determine the current in various section as I1 double dash in branch which having resistance R1 and small r1, and current I2 dash that is flowing in resistance R2, and I3 double dash that is current flowing through resistance R3. Now you have calculated the current I1 dash, I1 double dash, I2 dash and I2 double dash, and I3 dash and I3 double dash. So as per the superposition theorem state that current will be equal to the algebraic sum of the response when you are considering one source at a time and remaining sources are replaced by their internal resistance. So actual flow of the current in various sections is what? You can write that net current I1 which was flowing in resistance R1, it can be written as I1 dash minus I2 double dash. Similarly, if you want to calculate current in resistance R2, this I2 can be written as I2 dash minus I2 double dash. Now you have to find the current flowing that is in resistance R3. It can be written as I3 equal to I3 dash plus I3 double dash. Here you will notice that in I3 current, the summation of current I3 dash and I3 double dash is taken because the direction of the current is same when you are considering two sources individually. Now this superposition theorem can also be explained with help of one example. So here you can see in the figure there is one circuit has been taken which have two energy sources. One energy source is the ideal voltage source and which have 20 volt, and another energy source that is the ideal current source which have 2 ampere current. So what is the first step? You have to consider one source at a time. So in the first step we are going to consider 2 ampere current source, and remaining source has to be replaced by their internal resistance. And what is that remaining source? That is the ideal voltage source which have 20 volt. So as you know, internal resistance of ideal voltage source is 0. So you are replacing this 20 volt voltage source by the short circuit. So here you can see, now you have to calculate current in branch AB which have resistance 8 ohm. So current through 8 ohm can be calculated with help of the current division rule. So when you are going to apply the current division rule, then it can be written as I1 is equal to 2, that is the total 2 ampere current which was flowing due to the current source, multiplied by the resistance of opposite branch which have 2 ohm resistance, then divide by summation of the resistance of the two branch which have resistance 2 ohm and 8 ohm. So it can be written as I1 equal to 2 into 2 upon 2 plus 8. So this current is coming 0.4 ampere. Here you can notice the direction of the current is from B to A. Now you have to consider 20 volt voltage source, and remaining source that is a current source has to be replaced by their internal resistance. Because this current source is a ideal current source, so it will be replaced by open circuit. Now you have to find out the current in branch resistance 8 ohm, that is branch AB. So again replacing the current source by the open circuit and reducing the circuit as shown in the figure B. So current through 8 ohm resistor can be calculated as I2 is equal to 20 upon 2 plus 8, because there is only one current is flowing due to this 20 voltage source which is flowing through 2 ohm resistance and 8 ohm resistance. So total load in this condition is 10 ohm. So current is what? This I2 current is 20 upon 2 plus 8, that is 20 divided by 10, that is 2 ampere, and direction of current is from A to B. So what will be the resultant current in branch AB? It will be the algebraic sum of the current when you are considering one source at a time. So the resultant current in 8 ohm resistor can be written as I equal to I2 minus I1. And what is the value of I2? Value of I2 is 2 and value of I1 is what? 0.4. So it is coming 1.6 ampere. So direction of the current is what? From A to B. So this is how you can apply the superposition theorem in any circuit when there is a two or more than two type of sources are working in the circuit. So next theorem that we are going to discuss, that is Thevenin theorem. Any two terminal linear bilateral active network consisting of energy sources and resistors can be replaced by Thevenin voltage in series with Thevenin resistance, where Thevenin voltage is open circuit voltage looking into the terminal into the network, and Thevenin resistance is the equivalent resistance looking from two terminal into a network while all independent energy sources are replaced by their internal resistance. So as you know, internal resistance of ideal voltage source is what? 0. That means you can replace ideal voltage source by the short circuit, and internal resistance of ideal current source is infinite. That means you can replace ideal current source by open circuit. Figure A shows a simple block representation of a network with several active and passive elements with the load resistance RL connected across the terminal A and B, and figure B shows the Thevenin equivalent circuit with Thevenin voltage VTH connected across Thevenin resistance RTH and load resistance RL. Now, how to find out the Thevenin voltage and Thevenin resistance? So these are the steps that you have to follow when you are going to calculate the Thevenin voltage and Thevenin resistance. So first step is the terminal of the branch or element through which the current is to be found out are marked as say A and B after removing the concerned branch or element. Second step is open circuit voltage BOC across these two terminals is found using the conventional network by the mesh or nodal analysis, and this would be called as VTH or Thevenin voltage, because open circuit voltage is the Thevenin voltage. Third step is Thevenin resistance RTH is found out by the method depending upon whether the network contains dependent source or not. If there is a dependent source, then Thevenin resistance can be calculated with this formula. That means you have to calculate the open circuit voltage and short circuit current. So RTH can be calculated as the ratio of open circuit voltage divided by the short circuit current. Now if there is a no dependent sources, or you can say without dependent sources, then how to calculate the Thevenin resistance? Then Thevenin resistance is what? Thevenin resistance is the equivalent resistance looking from two terminal into a network with all independent energy sources are replaced by their internal resistance. So as I already told you that internal resistance of ideal voltage source is 0 and internal resistance of ideal current source is infinite. Now next step is replace the network with the Thevenin voltage in series with the Thevenin resistance and the concerned branch resistance or load resistance across the load terminal A and B as shown in the figure. So here you can see there are Thevenin voltage VTH is connected in series with the Thevenin resistance and load resistance RL. So now you have to find out the load current, that is IL, which is flowing through branch AB, or you can say when current is flowing through load resistance RL. So this load current can be calculated as Thevenin voltage divided by the summation of the two resistance, that is Thevenin resistance plus load resistance. So IL can be calculated as IL is equal to VTH upon RTH plus RL. Now we have to understand what is the application of the Thevenin theorem. Thevenin theorem is useful in analyzing the circuit having variable load. For example, in electrical power system, load is varying continuously. Therefore, it is very difficult to calculate the current. In that type of circuit problem, Thevenin theorem is very useful to calculate the current across variable load. As you can see in the circuit, here load resistance is a variable. So as load is changing and again and again, and you have to calculate the load current. So what you will do? You have to apply again and again either mesh analysis or nodal analysis. That means it will be very complicated. But when you are applying the Thevenin theorem, so what you have to do? Just you have to find out the Thevenin voltage and Thevenin resistance, and these two quantities will be fixed. What quantity is going to be changed? That is a load resistance. So this load current can be calculated as I is equal to VTH upon RTH plus RL. So this VTH and RTH fixed, the value that is going to change, that is load resistance. So again and again you put the value of the load resistance and you can easily find out the load current. Like suppose you have to calculate the load current when load resistance is suppose 10 kilo ohm. So VTH and RTH fixed, just put the value of load resistance as the 10 kilo ohm, you are able to calculate the load current. Now suppose it is being asked, now you find out the load current when load resistance is 25 kilo ohm. So what quantity you need to change? Only the load resistance. Just put the value of the load resistance 25 kilo ohm, you can easily find out the load current flowing through the load resistance RL. Now this Thevenin theorem can also be explained with help of one example. In this circuit you can see there is a one voltage source that have 48 volt and number of resistance are connected. One resistance is 12 kilo ohm, another resistance is 4 kilo ohm, and third resistance is 8 kilo ohm, and load resistance is 5 kilo ohm. So now you have to find the load current which is flowing in branch AB. So what you have to do, just you have to replace this load resistance and you have to make the open circuit across terminal A and B. So the resistance RL is removed and the terminal of the resistance RL marked as A and B as shown in figure 1. So now you can see, because you have to find the Thevenin voltage. So Thevenin voltage is what? Thevenin voltage is nothing but it is a open circuit voltage across two terminal. And what are those terminal? Terminal A and B. So here you can see, because you have to calculate the voltage across A and B. So what will be the voltage? So whatever the voltage across 4 kilo ohm, that will be the Thevenin voltage, because there is no current flowing through 8 kilo ohm resistance. So step 1 is you have to find the open circuit voltage BOC or BTH. So here you can see the Thevenin voltage is what? Thevenin voltage is open circuit voltage across two terminals, that is A and B. So here you can see there is no current is flowing through 8 kilo ohm resistance. So here you can notice the potential at node A is equal to potential at node C, and potential at node B is equal to potential at node D. So if you are calculating BTH across AB, that means it is equal to the voltage across C and D, right? So if you want to calculate the voltage across terminal C and D, that means you have to find out the current that is flowing through 4 kilo ohm resistance. So how you can calculate the current flowing through 4 kilo ohm? Because there is only one closed path, so whatever the current is flowing due to this voltage source, it will flow through 12 kilo ohm and 4 kilo ohm. So that current I can be calculated as B upon R1 plus R2, where R1 is 12 kilo ohm and R2 is 4 kilo ohm. So just put the value of voltage and these two resistance R1 and R2. So voltage B is 48 and resistance are 12 and 4. So just put the value. So after the solving, you will get the current that is flowing through 4 kilo ohm resistance or branch CD is equal to 3 milliampere. Now you have a current, so you can easily find out the Thevenin voltage AB, BAB, or you can say BTH, because it is the voltage, whatever the voltage you are getting terminal across terminal C and D, that is a Thevenin voltage. So voltage across AB terminal is equal to voltage across the CD terminal, that is BCD is equal to BTH. It can be calculated as current multiplied by resistance R3, that is a 4 kilo ohm. So value of that I is 3 milliampere and value of this resistance which is in branch CD equal to 4 kilo ohm. So just put the value 3 milliampere into 4 kilo ohm, so it comes 12 volt. So value of Thevenin voltage is what? 12 volt. In this step we have to find the Thevenin equivalent resistance. So how to calculate the Thevenin equivalent resistance? So as Thevenin equivalent resistance is what? Thevenin equivalent resistance is the equivalent resistance looking from two terminal into a network while all independent energy sources are replaced by their internal resistance. So in this particular circuit there is only one ideal voltage source. So this ideal voltage source can be replaced by the short circuit. So here you can notice in the figure 3, you have to look from the terminal A and B. So here you can notice that is 12 kilo ohm and 4 kilo ohm resistance are in parallel, and equivalent of this 12 kilo ohm and 4 kilo ohm resistance are is in series with 8 kilo ohm. So voltage source is replaced by their internal impedance, or you can say resistance, because we are talking about the DC circuit. So RTH can be calculated as equivalent parallel resistance of 12 kilo ohm and 4 kilo ohm, and this equivalent resistance is added with 8 kilo ohm resistance. So if you are calculating the equivalent resistance of 4 kilo ohm and 12 kilo ohm, it comes equal to 3 kilo ohm, and this 3 kilo ohm is added with 8 kilo ohm. So equivalent resistance is coming 11 kilo ohm. So this is how you can calculate the Thevenin resistance. So in this particular circuit, you have calculated the Thevenin voltage and Thevenin resistance. Now our objective is what? Our objective is to calculate the load current that is flowing through the load resistance. So now you just make the Thevenin equivalent circuit. So you are able to calculate Thevenin voltage VTH, that is 12 volt, and you connect that Thevenin equivalent resistance, that is 11 kilo ohm, in series with Thevenin voltage, and you also connect load resistance 5 kilo ohm in series with the Thevenin resistance and Thevenin voltage. Now you apply the Ohm's law and calculate the total load current. So this IL can be calculated as VTH upon RTH plus RL. Because two resistors are connected in series, so simply you have to add this RTH and RL. And what is the Thevenin voltage? 12 volt divided by RTH is 11 kilo ohm and RL is 5 kilo ohm. So it is 12 volt divided by 16 kilo ohm. So this value of load current comes 0.75 milliampere. So you have calculated the load current. Now it is asked, you have to find the load voltage across terminal AB. So if you want to calculate the load voltage across AB, that means what you have to do? Just you have to multiply the load current multiplied by the load resistance. So you have already calculated the load current, that is 0.75 milliampere. So this load voltage V suffix L can be written as IL multiplied by RL. And what is the value of IL? Value of IL is 0.75 milliampere and value of load resistance RL is 5 kilo ohm. So when you are multiplying these two quantity, you are able to get VL is equal to 3.75 volt. So this is how you are able to apply Thevenin theorem to calculate the load current or load voltage. Now suppose it is asked that you have to find out the how much heat is developed across the load resistance. So how you can calculate the heat developed across load resistance? Heat can be calculated as IL square into RL. So you have a value of IL, you have a value of RL, just multiply these two quantities, so you can easily calculate the heat developed across load resistance RL. So dear learner, in this particular session we have discussed the network theorem and why this network theorem is very useful to analyze any circuit. Analyze means what? Analyze means you have to find out the value of the current, you have to find out the value of the voltage across different resistance. Similarly, suppose current and voltage are given, then you can easily find out the different electrical component, that is you can also find out the load resistance and any other resistance. So in this particular session we have discussed Thevenin theorem and superposition theorem. So what Thevenin theorem states that any two terminal bilateral active network can be replaced by simple Thevenin voltage in series with Thevenin equivalent resistance. And what is this Thevenin voltage? Thevenin voltage is nothing but it is a open circuit voltage across two terminal. And what is Thevenin resistance? Thevenin resistance is nothing but it is a equivalent resistance looking from two terminal into a network while all independent energy sources are replaced by their internal resistance. As I already told you that internal resistance of ideal voltage source is 0 and internal resistance of ideal current source is infinite. In this particular session we have also discussed superposition theorem. So as per superposition theorem state that if you want to calculate current in any particular branch, so this current can be calculated when you consider one source at a time and remaining sources are replaced by their internal resistance. So this superposition theorem can be applied when there is a two or more than two type of sources are working. So in this particular session we have discussed the superposition theorem as well as Thevenin theorem.